Welcome everyone to another Soul Tribe yoga practice, and this one is all about creating space in the body. So during lockdown, obviously we can't go many places at all. We might feel like we are lacking in space around us sometimes, lacking in some freedom, but let's see if we can use our yoga practice together today to create a sense of freedom and space in the body. You might want to have a blanket handy or a towel for Shavasana at the end. Aside from that, all you need is an open heart and a mat, a little bit of space and some time to dedicate to you. So we're going to begin in a cross-legged seat, or you might prefer to take half lotus, however you feel most comfortable. Let's rest our hands, the backs of our hands lightly on our knees, and begin to find some space by sitting up tall and finding length through the spine. Allow your shoulders to relax, the muscles of the face too. Maybe close your eyes and begin to notice your breath. Notice each inhale and each exhale, and see if you can begin to make them more equal in length. Let's create a little more connection through the sitting bones by just lifting the pelvis up slightly. And begin to become aware of making space through the front body as you gently draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades coming together. Finding space for each breath as you continue to focus on the inhale and the exhale. Lengthen the back of the neck. And lift the sternum slightly. Okay, at the end of your next exhale, just flutter the eyelids gently open, and we are going to begin by inhaling and finding length through the arms as you bring them wide and overhead. So once you get there, let's really draw the shoulders down into the shoulder socket. So we're making space here between the shoulders and the ears. Keep lifting the sternum as you inhale, shoulder blades drawing together. Find a little more length as you inhale. And use your exhale to come into a seated twist, bringing the left hand to the right knee and the right fingertips behind you. So let's just send some awareness to finding alignment through the body. Head over heart, over pelvis. So we're using the axis of the spine to center our twist. become aware if you're sinking backwards or pushing forwards a little too much. Just come back to center. Use the inhale to lengthen the spine and the exhale to soften round. Now as you inhale, let's find length through the arms again. As we come back through center, noticing how the body feels at this point. Again, drawing the shoulders down into the sockets, shoulder blades together, sternum lifting. Focus on making space through the collarbones, lengthening the back of the neck. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale to twist to the other side. So this time the right hand comes to the left knee and the left fingertips walk around behind you. Again, focus on the spine as the center of this twist. As you inhale, finding length, and exhale, opening up the left shoulder. Again, careful not to grip or hold on with that right hand. Keep it light. See if you can keep lifting the sternum, the heart space with each inhale. And focus on finding some space as you breathe between the ribs, feeling the intercostal muscles moving. Inhale as we come back up through center again. And this time we're going to take a nice side stretch. So bring the left fingertips down to the mat as you continue to carve through space, creating length, reaching the right fingertips up and then softening through the left elbow as you draw yourself as deep as you wish to go into this side stretch. So let's really ground down through the right hip. Feel for that connection through both sitting bones, but especially aware of the right sitting bone. And we'll take a subtle twist here. So we're going to just create a sense in the body of spiraling the right ribs up. So the right ribs spiral up and we send our gaze just underneath the right arm. Breathe into that space. Now exhaling, drawing the right ribs back through. Inhaling up. And then we'll bring that to the other side. So taking your time to reach, finding length through the left arm. Again, just aware of what's going on with the left shoulder as we draw it down into the shoulder socket. Energy up through the fingertips. And then maintaining that length from the left hip through the left side body as we ease over. This time, ground down through the left sitting bone, the left hip. And from here into our subtle twist. So lifting and opening the left ribs up. Focus on that sensation of space in the front body. Your gaze is going up past the left arm. The ribs continue to open upwards as you breathe into the pose. Let's take one more inhale here, then exhale to bring yourself back through and reaching up, taking the arm down. Okay, let's just circle the shoulders a couple of times. So So really feel the sensation as you bring them forwards of space being created through the back body as the shoulder blades draw apart from one another. Bring them up past the ears and then drawing the shoulder blades together, finding space through the front body. Let's take 2 or 3 more. And what a gift this is, you've been able to give yourself, the gift of this time and space. We honour that now. And we move forwards onto all fours. So from here, get settled. The knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide and push up and out. So you're pushing up and out of the earth. Finding length and strength through the arms. And then beginning to flow through some cat-cow. So you can stay on the front of the feet or you can come up onto the toes here, whatever feels best. So inhale as you lift the tailbone, drop the belly and lift the head, stretching through the front body. When you're there, just focus on the space that's created through the front body. Drawing the sternum forwards towards the horizon and then exhaling as you curl the tailbone under. Draw navel to spine and allow the head to relax down. Keep flowing in a way that allows you to connect with the space you're opening up inside of you. Aware of how that space is being created and how the breath is moving as a result of it. Okay, the next time you exhale, come back through to tabletop. Let's walk the hands about 6 inches or so in front of us. Curl the toes under and then draw the hips back towards the heels and up into your down dog. Okay, so let's spiral the inner thighs outwards. Let's really draw the shoulder blades together. And send the front body back towards the legs. Let your head and your neck relax. Ooh, nice shoulder click there. Actually felt good. Okay, from here, let's come up onto our toes and step 1 foot forward, followed by the other, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Release down. Let the hips lift high towards the sky. And on your next inhale, come up to Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. So here, we're lifting the sternum, sending it forwards. Again, finding space. You can do this pose with your fingertips connecting with the mat. Or if you prefer, you can bring them to the shins and find space there. So let's just think about what's going on with the shoulders. As you draw the shoulder blades together, exhale down. Let's take that once more. So in forward fold, our hips are reaching up. As we inhale, we're lifting the sternum. Shoulder blades draw together. Exhale down. This time, let's plant the palms, soften through the knees and step the right foot back, followed by the left. Finding your Phalakasana, plank pose. So let's push back through the heels. A little bit of extra connection through the core just by lifting the pelvis slightly, curling the pelvis, you'll really feel that connection through the core muscles. Keep a long line from the crown of the head to the heels. Then we're going to tuck the elbows in and lower on down through Chaturanga. So you might want to hover here for a moment if you're building a little more heat, or come all the way down. Okay, uncurl the toes. We're going to rise up into Cobra or Up Dog, whichever is our preference. So for Cobra, let's this time keep the elbows bent and see if we can transition into Cobra by not pushing down through the hands. So on your first inhale, let the sternum, the heart space, lift up. See how high you can get just by lifting the sternum, and then with each inhale, lengthen the arms a little more, pushing down into the mat as you lift up and find space. So just have a little check where your hands are. I had to just shift mine back a little bit there. So hands underneath the shoulders, but keeping a softness through the elbows today. If you prefer to be an up dog, you can lengthen the arms and come up onto the fronts of the feet. Keep lifting and opening the heart space. Breathing into that space. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Now as you exhale, we're going to send it back up to downward facing dog. Turn the big toes slightly in towards one another as you spiral the thighs out, and let the sitting bones reach up towards the sky. Coming up onto the toes here, and then stepping the left foot forward, followed by the right. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale as you come up to halfway. Flat back, fingertips on the mat or on the shins. Hips reaching high, neck long. Exhale down, soften through the knees perhaps. Inhale to flat back. And exhale down. Plant the palms, soften through the knees. Step the left foot back, followed by the right. Pushing back through the heels. Keep the elbows tucked in. Curl the pelvis up slightly. Feel that heat. You can stick with that for as long as you wish before lowering down through Chaturanga and up to Cobra or Up Dog. So if you're working in Cobra, we are working more the middle back, middle and upper. Up Dog, more about the lower back. Take a breath here as you draw the shoulders down. Heart space lifting, sternum, collarbones open. Exhale, send it back to your down dog. And from here we're going to come up onto the toes, but this time as you bend the knees, let's take them wide, toes together, and sinking back into extended child's pose. Oh, let's make some space here as you settle into this deeply restorative place. And I just take the chance to take this off because I'm getting a little warm, don't mind me. Okay, all right. Okay, let's find even more space here as we walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat. Maybe they even come off the mat. For a deeper stretch through the right side body, bring the right hand to rest on top of the left. The forehead connecting with the earth. And breathe into that space as you create openness, freedom through the right side body. Just notice how that feels. Beginning to walk the hands back through center and pausing for a moment here. Noticing how each side of the body feels. And then walking over to the right side of the mat. Again, the hands might come all the way off the mat. Left hand on top of right. And breathing as the left side body creates more space. Space between the ribs. Keep drawing the sitting bones back towards the heels. Keep noticing where the breath expands and finds space in the body. And walking back through center. Maybe a little rock from side to side here, massaging the forehead. And then when you're ready, coming back up, we're going to transition through tabletop, curling the toes under and sending it back into down dog. So this time creating a little bit of space through the hips. As I inhale, I'm going to lift my right leg and then taking a bend through the right knee, I'm going to stack the right hip on top of the left. So I'm just opening up through the hip, sending the gaze underneath the right arm. So with the sensation of the right hip stacking on top of the left. Breathe into that space. Notice what's going on with the ribs. Then inhale, draw it back through to three-legged dog. And as we exhale, we're going to bend that knee and step it up to the very outside edge of your mat. So the foot is at the extreme edge, the long edge, foot, hand, hand, coming into your active lizard pose. So again, create that line from the left heel to the crown of the head as you draw the shoulder blades together. Spread the fingers wide and send the gaze down, the neck long, pushing a little through the back heel if it feels good. Connecting through the core. Now let's bring the left hand into the center line, and as we inhale, open up. Find space. Allow the right hips to right ribs to spiral up. Lifting the sternum, opening the heart, spreading the fingers wide, and then exhaling down. Walk the hands back to where they were, and we're going to slide that right foot back into our downward facing dog. You might take a little breather here if it feels good to, pause the video or go straight to the other side. So as you inhale, we find our three-legged dog, lifting the left leg up, and then finding a bend through the left knee. I begin to stack my left hip on top of the right. So getting a fresh perspective here. Find and feel that openness. Maybe circle a foot one way and then the other if it feels good. And then as you inhale, draw the hips back through, three-legged dog, finding length, and then stepping the left foot all the way up. Lizard on the other side. So again, a little reminder, foot, hand, hand, fingers spread wide, active lizard, back knee lifted, pushing through the back heel. Keep the back of the neck long. Bring the right hand into the center line and let's open up to the left. So spiraling the left ribs up as we open through the left shoulder and find space through the front body. Imagine your breath finding every little crevice, every little corner that it can take up. as we soothe our nervous system with deep breaths. And exhaling back down. So come back through into your lizard pose, and from here slide the left foot back. Okay, taking a couple of breaths in your down dog. We'll come up onto the toes again and step the right foot through between the hands, preparing for warrior one. So planting the back foot and sweeping the arms up. Let's find cactus arms here for extra space. So notice what's going on with the front knee over the front ankle. Nice connection with the little toe of the back foot. Draw the shoulder blades together. Lift the heart space. Let's invite balance into our body as we're aware of the front leg and the back leg. I don't know what that noise is. Mystery noise. Suggestions on a postcard. Okay. Now reaching up, we're going to pivot on the back foot. So I'm lifting that heel into my high lunge, interlacing the fingers behind me, finding length through the legs, and a really nice releasing stretch through the shoulders, opening through the shoulders. Now this might feel like enough, or you might want to experiment with a little bit of balance as you come into a warrior three variation. So we're keeping the arms there, fingers interlaced, left toes pointing down towards the mat, and then gradually, a bit of a wobble, bringing them back down. One more breath there, release the fingers, and then we'll bow it down. Slide the front foot back. Let's take a little vinyasa. So tucking the shoulders in. Shoulders, I mean elbows. Tucking the elbows in, curling the pelvis up, finding that connection with your core. Solar plexus, inner fire. Lowering down, maybe hovering there for a moment. Inhaling up. I'm going to take up dog this time. Shoulder blades together, heart lifted. Exhale, let's send it back to down dog. Pedal it out. Let's take that to the other side as we inhale, lifting the left leg. And then step it through. Find your foundations for warrior one, planting the back foot and sweeping the arms up. Cactus variation. Shoulder blades together. Front knee over the front ankle and an awareness of the back foot. Let's breathe into this space we're creating. Okay, once again I'm going to pivot on the back foot as I lift the heel. Bring the hands behind me, interlace the fingers and open up through the front body. Again, option to stay here and breathe into that space, or to hop the back foot in slightly and find your warrior three. Don't worry if it's wobbly, you can always come out. It's a practice. And it's different each day. That's the beauty of it. Okay, find the mat once more as you land that back foot. One more breath here. Release the hands. And let's bring the hands back down, framing the front foot. Okay, so sliding this front foot back. We are going to experiment with some Wild Thing here. Real lovely full body opener. So to do that, we're in Phalakasana. You might have brought your knees down already, and that's absolutely fine. So we've got variations at each point. But from here, we are going to find our side plank. So I'm going to bring my right hand into the center line, and the options here are to come through into your side plank, stacking the left foot on top of the right and reaching the left arm up, or we can bring that left leg over for a bit of extra stability. We can always take a little forearm side plank as well, okay? So whichever of those variations feels best to us. Okay, so back up into our side plank, and from here, finding Wild Thing. So what I'm going to do is step my left foot back. It's come actually off the mat, and from there I'm going to reach my left arm all the way back, finding length with the right leg, pointing the right toe. Take 2 or 3 breaths there. And then to come out exactly the way we came in, bringing the left arm back over into your plank. This time let's all take a little breather. Send it back, find Balasana pose. Oh, let the shoulder blades relax away from one another. Space through the back body. Let's see if we can breathe into the back body. Okay, use your inhale to rise up, and then when you're ready, we're going to find a side plank and Wild Thing to the other side. So come through into your plank. This time I've got my left hand in the center point. I've brought my feet together. I'm going to stack the right foot on top of the left this time. Keep lifting the hips up. Remember, you've got options: supported side plank, bringing the right foot over, or to take a forearm plank. From here, I'm going to step the right foot back. So I'm opening the hips up towards the sky, the whole body, and then reaching the right arm back. Point the left foot. Hopefully that's feeling really nice, inviting space into the body. And then as you exhale, bring it over, come back through into your plank. One last time. Tuck the elbows in, lower down. And this time we're going to stay low. We're just going to flip over onto our backs. And give our body a few signals that it's time to slow down. Okay, so taking a twist to begin with. Now it's up to you what twist you take, what feels best in your body. You might lengthen one leg away and then draw the knee across. But a variation I've been enjoying recently is eagle legs. So an eagle leg twist. Now find our eagle legs, crossing the right leg over the left and wrapping the foot round. I'm releasing the arms at shoulder height, palms up, and then I'm going to take the legs over to the left, making sure that the right shoulder stays connected with the mat. Turning my head to the right. Let's allow the breath to settle. Send some awareness to how your heart feels right now. Notice all the spaces that we're opening up through the body as we breathe here And bringing the legs back up to center. Let's release them. And we'll take our twist to the other side. So maybe you've taken this option to lengthen one leg and take the other knee over. Or maybe you've gone with the eagle legs. So cross the left leg over the right, wrapping the foot round. And as you take the legs over to the right, see if you can keep the right shoulder blade on the mat. Right shoulder, turn the head to the left. And just invite some ease, some softness into the body with each exhale. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is. We are together in this even though we're not physically together. Inhale as you bring the knees back through to center, and let's release the legs. And give yourself a little massage here through the lower back. So in Apanasana, hands on the knees, but we're just going to rock side to side. And then take a little rock front to back. You might want to take embryo pose here as you catch the feet and draw the nose up towards the knees. Drawing it all in really tight so that when you release, that unfurling into space should feel sweet. Okay, so we are ready for Shavasana. And I would advise that even if you've only got, 15 minutes one day to practice, you take at least 5 minutes in Shavasana. And today, I thought it might be nice to grab a little extra comfort so that we can open up the heart space a bit more during Shavasana. So if you've got a towel or a blanket, let's just roll it. So fold it at least 3 times. And then I'm going to lay it on my mat, and as I lie down, just make sure that the edge of the blanket is at the very base of the spine, and lower yourself back onto it. If you want a little bit more cushioning for the head, you might roll it up a little more there. Okay, settle into that. Take the feet as wide as your yoga mat and let the arms fall comfortably out by your sides. Maybe take them a little wider than you might usually. So with this extra layer underneath us, we're just encouraging the heart to open the front body to keep creating space as we take some restful minutes in Shavasana. So you might want to make the lights a little lower here. Close the eyes. Maybe you've got an eye bag to rest over you. Maybe if you're lucky enough to have some oils, this is a nice time. I miss bringing them around to you in class. But if you've got some oils of your own, maybe put some on your hands. Take some deep breaths. Here's mine. Shavasana. Good if it was like smell-o-vision. Shavasana oil. If you haven't got some already, this is what I use in class. It's the Rollerball Shavasana oil by Holistic Kitchen. And it is deeply grounding. Ylang ylang, patchouli, lavender, orange, frankincense, vetiver and sandalwood. Holistic Kitchen. So that's made in the Wolds by my dear friend Sally Ann. I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning this. Everyone needs one of these in their lives. So I'll stop wittering now and I'll leave you to have some quiet moments of rest. So at this point, I'm going to end the video, but I encourage you to spend some more time here, allowing the body some deep resetting, some deep relaxation. But for now, until next time, the light in me bows to and honours the light in you. Namaste.